Hi folks, welcome back to the Hoard. Got a beautiful day going on here in the Hudson Valley. Warm, I think it's over 70. This is 63. Anyway, so it's about 1:45. It is 11/3/2015. Got the old green light on here. This says it's 49% humidity, 17.4 Celsius, and I guess that's telling me it's Tuesday. So welcome back to the Hoard. A bunch of you guys who regularly watch the channel know that I put in this heat pump. It's the Ductless heat pump. It's a Mitsubishi system, Mr Slim. Been very happy with the system, right? There's this outside, and then there's another kind of longer unit that's inside. You put it down, I don't know, 8 inches, 11 inches, 10 inches, whatever, from the ceiling, and you hang it on the wall, feed the pipes outside, and run them to that thing. So, yeah, if anybody's interested, you could go check my channel to that whole install. But it's in, it works, no problems. But some of you have also been aware, my only complaint with it was, it does not tell you what it's doing. It doesn't tell you how much power it's using. It doesn't tell you if it's malfunctioning. It tells you nothing. It just, when one green light is on, it seems to be working a little harder than when 2 green lights are on. I think that's the way it is. And when 2 green lights are on, you're close to temperature. Or maybe that's the other way around. That's all it tells you. I mean, it doesn't tell you anything. It's either pumping if it's warm outside. It's kind of barely blowing any air, and you could go look outside and you'll see that the nothing's turning or anything. So I wanted to create a way to monitor this thing, and to that end, I went to see my friends at eBay, and they have this voltage, current, power, energy meter. And I've been asked this before when I talk about junk I get from eBay. Where'd you get it and how much? Or when I show something on the channel, I'm asked, where'd you get it and how much? So I think you guys could see that, right? It's from Finger, AT Finger, and that's who made it. And it came from China. I bought this, I don't know, it takes about 2 weeks to show up, and that's all that stuff. You can see it's in, where are we, e-packet from China, free delivery, and you can see the price. They're about $12. So just to give you an idea of how big it is when it does show up, that's a sheetrock knife, and there it is. And hooking it up, piece of cake. It comes with this separate coil, and basically you hook the coil, 1 lead to each one of those, and then whatever you're going to drive, right, the load, right, 1 wire for power also has to go to this, and the other wire for neutral goes to this through there. And so 4 screws to hook it up, and you have to put the power lead, right, you got to put the power lead through that coil, right? Because what you're doing is you're basically watching the magnetic field on this wire. So that's what this thing is doing. It's picking up the magnetic field, and then you got the voltage, and from that it determines what the power is. Right now I have it plugged in, and you can see I have 121 volts, no amps, right? And that's how much energy I've used so far. I guess you can push. I didn't read the instructions here, but I think you can push that little V button and reset the energy whenever you want to. So this is a 60 watt bulb, and if I turn it on, right, you guys could see the bulb is on, right? So 120 volts, you would expect to use about a half an amp, and you would expect to get pretty near 60 watts. This thing is good for between 80 and 260 volts, and it's also good for 100 amps. So what I'm going to do with this is I'm actually going to hook one of these up to monitor the amount of power that heat pump is using, and that'll give me an idea how am I doing. Supposedly I'm supposed to get 10 times the electrical equivalent worth of heat out of the thing. So if you smash a kilowatt into it, right, and that'll give you somewhere around 34,000 or 3,400 BTUs is what a kilowatt is equal to. Supposedly what I'm supposed to get out of the rig is 34,000, right? I'm supposed to get 10x. So I'm really curious when I put this thing on there if that's what I'm actually going to get. I have some additional wiring to do. I bought 2 of these. Why did I buy 2 of these? Because I always like to get a couple. I'd really like one of these upstairs near the actual unit. But the problem with that is, to do that, I got to run a 220 line to power this thing upstairs, and I'm going to have to extend this coil wires. Probably wouldn't hurt. I don't think it'd hurt much to extend the coil. Maybe it will, maybe it won't. I don't know. But I mean, it would be extended, I don't know, 15 feet. I'm not sure if that's going to mess up the readings. So given that, probably I'm going to end up putting a little box downstairs and monitor the box separately. I'll just mount this out there. It's a panel mount. You just cut the right size and you snap that right in. Right, you can see the little clip thing. Right, as my camera goes upside down, and same for that side. So anyway, I just thought this was kind of interesting. My camera went upside down. There we go. Get it back right side again. So if anybody has any questions, please ask. Once again, one more time for the eBay listing, so you guys could hopefully read that. And this didn't come out well, but it says at ATFinger1, ATFINGER1, and you could look for it this way, right? So anyway, I figured I'd share that with you guys. How many of us are doing things and then you wonder, you know, what is this really costing me? Is it really doing as advertised? And if I hook this rig up, it should tell me that. The other thing it'll tell me, it'll allow me to know when it's really time for me to turn on my heating system. This ductless system I got is 24,000 BTUs, and I'm just curious for a given temperature. If I'm watching the input, I could kind of get an idea of how many BTUs it takes to heat my house at 60 and 70 and or at 50, 60, 70, or even at 10 degrees. I'll also be able to kind of figure out when this thing is dragging all kinds of current when it's too cold for it to really run. You can see this thing is counting up, right? Energy used because the light bulb's on, and it's keeping track of that for me. When you unplug it, and we could do that now. So I unplugged it, and I plugged it back in, and it did not forget how many watts I used. I'm pretty sure that little button there is probably what allows me to reset it. Of course, I didn't read the instructions because normally by this time I've lost the instructions. So, I mean, you know, function, interface. Oh, and it says it's got to reset the reset function of the key. So I'm pretty sure you just push that little button in. It probably resets. I'll find out. I only have 110 volts here, so it probably won't kill me. Maybe you gotta hold it. I don't know. I might actually have to look at the instructions. Oops. Seems to change functions as you poke the button. I'm going to actually have to read the instructions. Okay, folks, I want to thank you all for watching and commenting and subscribing. Remember to keep your head up, keep your feet down, and folks, get out there and enjoy all your days, especially when they're beautiful like this late in the year. Take care now, folks. Bye. Oh, thanks for watching, commenting, and subscribing. Bye.